We got 2. A couple more minutes here, people trickling in. Welcome back. Today we're going to do some lower body core. My name is Brandon Lenentine and I am tired, so this is going to be great. Before we get started, I'm going to read our disclaimer. In response to COVID-19, PSP is offering virtual fitness to Canadian Armed Forces members by using social media platforms. The virtual fitness class is tailored to Canadian Armed Forces personnel, become accessible to all. Participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members recognize and acknowledge that their age, health status, and physical fitness level are unknown, and it is entirely up to each individual to assess their ability to participate in this class. Since it is preferable to consult your physician before beginning any exercise program, we invite all participants who are not Canadian Armed Forces members to consult the Get Active questionnaire of the Canadian Society for Exercise Physiology and its reference document. If you are experiencing any pain or difficulty during the exercises presented in this video, it is recommended that you stop and consult a healthcare provider. If a CAF member sustains an injury during this video, please remember to fill out a CF98. Everything today is pretty straightforward. Like I said, legs and core. We're going to do a little bit of a leg circuit at the beginning. Obviously, I'll demo and explain each one. I'm just going to say what they are as people are trickling in. So we're going to do a backpack workout today. So if you've got a backpack, please use it. If you have dumbbells, if you have kettlebells, you can use those too. You can use a barbell. If you have a child that you can carry, you can use that too. But be aware some of the movements may cause vomiting, which may be an issue for that said child. So first one is a backpack march. So you're just going to hold it like a stone. We're going to march in place. After that, we're going to do a kettlebell swing with the bag. So we're going to get our posterior chain, mainly our calves, hamstrings, and glutes. Then we're going to do a backpack zercher squat. And then we're going to do some tempo RDLs. That'll be the first one. Then we'll get into some core stuff. Core stuff's going to hurt. So if you know me, there's a couple of my favorite exercises in there, which should be some foreshadowing for you. Two of my favorite burners are in there today. So I'll let you guys guess as we go through there. See how many we got now. We're up to 4. We doubled since last time. Hello Trina, welcome. So we'll give it another 30 seconds or so. And then we'll get going. Make sure you have your water ready. It is super muggy outside. Super muggy, period. I fell victim to that this morning. So now I actually have my water. Alright, so as people trickle in, we'll just add them to it. So we're just going to start our warm-up. So, start off with, we're going to start off with one of my personal favorite stretches. Step this way because my camera's off center. We're going to start off with the world's greatest stretch. So, you're going to step back into a nice deep lunge. This hip of the leg that's back, you're going to push until that's straight, okay? You're going to push that other leg wide. Hand comes to the floor. Hand becomes behind your ear. You're going to tuck down, rotate up. You're going to do 10 of these nice and slow. Breathing in as you come down, breathing out as we go up. Once you're done at 10 on one side, you're just going to go to the other. Nice and controlled. Everything we do is pretty much going to be controlled. There's not going to be a crazy amount of surprises until we get to the core stuff. Whenever you're done, switch sides. Remember, back leg nice and straight as you can get in that hip. Nice and controlled. Roll in and out. Or tuck in, rotate up rather. Once you're done, just hang out. Give you a couple seconds there. So now we're going to get into our posterior chain a little bit. So we're going to do a modified inchworm, just so if you have limited space, we can get it. You're going to stand up nice and tall. You can step back so you can see me. Standing up nice and tall, you're going to bring your hands to the floor. You're going to crawl out into a tall plank. And then you're going to throw back to square. Use your butt and hamstrings to pull yourself back up. So we're going to do 5 of those, okay? That was a practice, so we're going to do them for real. Make sure you're breathing as we go through. So we have a tall plank. And up. Squeeze your butt, your hamstrings, come up, and repeat. That's 2. Nice and steady. Two to go. Last one. There we go. So the next one we're just going to do Frankenstein's on the spot. So you're just going to stick your arm out. We're going to go opposite arm, opposite leg. Up. And then you can either alternate or stay on the same side. We're going to do 10 per leg. So pick your poison. I'm going to go same leg. After this, we're going to get into the hips, warm up the quads a little bit. Keep your balance. Cool. So the next one, we're going to start with some hip circles. So you're just going to start one leg, and you're just going to make big circles in and out. Once you do 10, you're going to switch directions. If you have to hold a wall, by all means do so. Nice and steady. One direction is going to be easier than the other. And then switch sides. So pick a direction. I'm going to go counterclockwise, or clockwise rather, because that's what I started with. Nice big circles. Grab that floor with your foot. Try to keep that balance best you can. As you can tell, this side's worse than the other for me, but it also warms up those stabilizers. Nice and steady. Cool. So the next one, we're going to get your calves a little bit. Foot out in front of you. So we're going to do daisy pickers. Toes pointing towards your shins. You're going to come down and then switch legs. I'm just going to do 10 of these per leg. Getting that posterior chain. After this, we're going to warm up a little bit. Just some light air squats. Nice and steady. So like I said, if you're just tuning in, you need a backpack with some books, or dumbbells, or kettlebells, a pet, whatever you got. If you're using a pet, do not use it for the swings. So, next one, we're just going to do some air squats. So just pick your stance. Just going to do 10 whenever you're ready. Whatever tempo you like. Just nice, full range air squats. Keep that core engaged. It's nice and comfortable. Breathe in on the way down, out on the way up. Once you're done, shake it out. Give you guys about 90 seconds, 2 minutes. Stretch out anything else you need. Warm up anything else as I explain what we're doing. Check in and see what we're doing. So, noon. Good afternoon, Brian. Thanks for joining. So, while you guys stretch out anything else you need, if you joined in late, go ahead and do so. I'll explain our first 4 movements. First one is a loaded march. So you're going to grab your book bag, dumbbells, kettlebells, whatever you got. If you have a stone, great. You're going to grab it. You're going to hold fists. So I don't want you actually grabbing the bag. I want you to have fists so you're forcibly holding that bag against your chest. From there, we're just going to do a 30-second march on the spot. Okay? After that, you're going to take your bag. I'm going to tighten these up a little bit so I need more range. And we're going to do swings. So you're going to go wider with your legs. So I'll give you another angle. Back nice and straight. Drive those hips back towards the wall. You want all your force coming from your butt. So you want to squeeze your butt to drive your hips forward. Okay? After that, we're going to do a Zercher squat. So what that looks like, you're going to take your book bag. You're going to put it in the pits of your elbows. Same idea, I want fists. So just like you're holding the sandbag here, you can tuck your chin if you want. So it's very similar to a front squat. So here, squat, up. Whole thing here is keeping your core engaged so you're more upright, because if you fall forward, that bag's going to want to fall. Okay? After that, you're going to pick up your bag, either from the straps or from the side, and we're going to do a stiff leg deadlift. So, start off a little bend in the knees, back nice and straight, core engaged. You're going to push your hips back towards the wall. Your hips are initiating the movement. You're going to go down until you feel a pull in your hamstring. Back should be nice and straight the whole time. And then you're going to come up and squeeze. But we're going to do that very slowly, okay? Feel that tear. We're going to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and we're going to repeat for 12 minutes. So we've got 4 rounds of each. And then we're going to get in some core work. All right, everybody good? Cool. Brian, I saw you had a question, but didn't get a chance to read it super well. So I'll get you after. So, grab your bag, grab your water. Water's key, and then we're going to get started. So starting off with that 30-second march, I will obviously be doing it with you and be telling you the whole time. So if you have any questions on the way, hopefully I can address them. So, we got 7 seconds. Grab your bag. Remember, fists, squeeze it into the body. And we start. So just a nice, steady march. Just aiming to get some blood into the legs to start off with. Squeeze that core, keep that upper back tight. Squeeze that bag or dumbbells, whatever you got, into your chest. Hard as you can. You want to see a nice knee drive on the way up. 30-second rest. And then we're doing our kettlebell swings, or backpack swings. If you don't remember what that looks like, grab your straps, or you can grab it from the top, and we're just swinging it. Just coming up to the shoulders. You should be keeping tension the whole time. Your arms shouldn't become slack at any point, okay? 30 seconds there. We got 10 seconds of rest. If the rest is a little bit too much for you, really try to get as many reps as you can with each one. Here we go, with your swings. All your power is coming from your hips. Squeeze those glutes at the top. Keep that core engaged. Keep those shoulder blades back and down. So you really want to feel that contraction of your glutes. So, good cue here, so you have a break between your butt cheeks. You're trying to crush the break. Nice swing here, keep tension in the arms. Rest. Next one is our Zercher squat. So very similar to that front squat, having the bag in front of you. Once again, fists. Very similar to what we do with the march. Hug it into the body. 15 seconds. So go ahead and pick up your bag. You got 5 seconds. So load it on the front with fists. And you're squatting. Use your own tempo. Keep your core engaged. It will try to pull you forward. That's where that core comes in. You may find yourself tipping forward a little bit more than normal. That's just because of where the weight is situated. our stiff leg deadlifts. Same thing, all from the hips and the hamstrings. So you're going to grab your bag, legs right underneath your hips, a little bend in the knee, drive your hips back towards the wall, then come up. All the movement should be from your hips. Hips are the driver here. You got 5 seconds. Grab your bag, and we start. Stiff leg deadlifts. Nice and slow on the way down, a little bit more powerful on the way up. You want to keep that back straight, push those hips back until you feel that pull in your hamstring, and then come back up. This one's all about quality over quantity. Keep that bag nice and close to your shin. That bag should be scraping your shins. That's round 1. 30 seconds and we're going back to our march. Drop that for now. That's 1 round done. 2 to go. 15 seconds. If you want to go back and make this workout harder, cut out your rest, do it back to back. You got options. Or do 45, 15. Here we go. Nice steady march. You want to really drive those knees up. Try not to pause at the bottom too much, just enough time to get your balance, and switch feet. Done. 30 seconds. Then we're going into our swings. Obviously, the heavier you make this, we have options. This is kind of the middle ground. If you want to make it harder, make it heavier, or change your work to rest ratio. So we're doing 30-30 right now. You can do 40-20, 45-15, or no rest at all, straight through for each round. And we're back. You can do all this with a kettlebell or a sandbag as well. 45-pound sandbag for this is quite difficult. It's really fun though. It's a little bit tricky on the swing. That's where the kettlebell comes in. Next up is our Zercher squats. So doing it with the bag. If you're doing it with the barbell, same idea. Put it in the pits of your arms. Quite a different movement, but it is really good, especially if you have an issue tilting forward in your squat. So we don't want your nipples to touch your knees when you squat. If you do, we gotta switch something. After this, we get into our core portion, which you're just gonna love. It's gonna be great. Going into our Zerchers right now. Nice and steady. Want to see a nice glute squeeze at the top. Keep that torso up nice and straight. Knee tracking over that middle toe. Core engaged the whole time. Boom, one more for this round, then we got one more. It is muggy. I'm hungry again. Ten seconds. Five. Once again, doing our stiff legs. Here we go. Push those hips back, keep that upper back engaged, keep that core engaged. Feel that pull in your hamstrings before you come back up. You can also do a good morning style where you keep it up tall. Do it here. Completely up to you what you do. Same muscle group, different loading pattern. is our march. This is the starting of our last round. Do something nice. Get your body moving, not too strenuous, but if you want to make it strenuous, you can make it a lot harder. Best of both. 10 seconds. Grab your bag. 3, 2, 1. Last march. Make sure you're breathing. Squeeze it in. Ten seconds. Here we go. Next one is our swings. Scoot back because I keep feeling like you take steps forward. Seconds. Next one is our swing. Three, two, one, go. This workout's nice because you can do it pretty much anywhere. If you want to go for a hike and you have a backpack, do it in the woods. Do it at home, do it at the gym, wherever you want. Got 10 seconds left. Nice big glute squeeze at the top. That's where your force comes from. Next one is our Zercher squats. Last round of these. "15 seconds. We'll pick up our bag. And we start. Nice and steady. Once again, make sure you're breathing. Keep that torque at your hips. Keep those feet flat. Keep that arch set. 10 seconds. One more round of deadlifts. Get a little break, then we're going to do some core. So we'll pick up our bag, 5 seconds, 3, 2, 1, last one. Remember, that bag should be scraping your shins. Keep it nice and close to the body. You can also do good morning style, where you have it up tall, a little bit different loading. Up to you. Good mornings are great when they are performed correctly. There we go. Get rid of it. Don't need it anymore. Grab a drink. You're going to want to keep your water close for this one, because this one's going to be fun. We'll say fun. It's going to be a thing. Oh, we got a drink here. Yeah, Brian, that bike ride will definitely fry your legs. We did a speed and agility class this morning. My legs are feeling great. They were quite wobbly at the end of that. I also don't like working out at 8 a.m. Big noontime workout guy. So, the next one is going to be 3 minutes running clock for distance. If you've done one of my classes before, you probably know what I'm talking about already. So, depending on the space, there's a couple different variations. So, the movement I'm referring to is a bear crawl. So very good for your core, very good for your shoulders, fries your legs. So, what that looks like, I want to see a low hip bear crawl, okay? So what that looks like, you're going to come down into this quadruped position, knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. You're going to lift your knees, slide your back out, keep your chin tucked. You're going to step forward, and then you're going to go backwards, okay? If you can't do that because of your space, you're going to do what's called bear crawl taps. So you're going to do the same thing. I'm going to face forward so you can see my arms. You're going to come up. You're going to keep yourself nice and square. And you're going to tap your shoulders. Okay? 3-minute running clock. You're going for distance or straight isometric hold. So if you're doing your taps, you're going to spend as much time in that position as possible. That's the ultimate goal. Because the more time under tension, the better. Okay? So, I have the space. I'm going to go forwards and backwards. Try to keep that opposite arm, opposite leg pattern. If you need to rest, do it. But try to spend as much time in that position as you possibly can. Okay? So we're going to have a 10-second countdown here. 10 seconds is on. And we'll get started. 2, 1, go. 3-minute running clock. If you're doing the distance, square yourself up, and then push back. Keep your hips nice and square. I don't want to see this, because that takes a lot of the core aspect out of it. Use your brakes strategically. I'm going to go with 3 laps, back and forth, and a break. A few seconds. If you really want to hurt while doing a bear crawl, go to a 400-meter track and go around it. It sucks. Even just a regular sized field. Keep all your core engaged when you square up. Check back in with your technique from time to time. Here we go. Use your brakes accordingly. Catch your breath. Halfway, your quads should light up your core. You'll probably feel it in your shoulders as well. Paint your sweat. Cool. Second half is the worst. 1 minute. Woo. Oh, the quads. Almost there, guys. Oh. Then it gets down to 1 lap and then you're tired. There. That's 1 core down. Then on to the next. Bear crawls, really tough movements. Real good for you though. It's a lot of different muscle groups. Next up, we're going to do a Tabata. So 10 seconds of work, or 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. Of a hollow body hold or a plank. So a plank, regular forearm plank, hollow body hold. You're in this flex position. Okay? We're just going to hang out there. Scoot back. We got some time though. Catch your breath, grab a drink, wipe your sweat. Whew. After that, we stretch. All right, so grab your spot. Try to go the full 20 seconds, best you can. And we'll go from there. Cool. So, 10-second countdown before we start. 5 seconds. Go. Let me go slightly bent leg. I already regret this decision, but we're here. So once again, hollow body hold or plank. I'm going to do 4 of each to even it out. You do you. And we're back. Two down. 6 to go. Good stuff. Go. Oh, this sucks. 3 down, 5 to go, 5 seconds. Yeah, keep the bent. It's a bent leg kind of day. There we go, so that's half. I'm going to switch to plank. Get a nice bit of both. There we go. Three to go, guys and gals. 3 to go. And we're back. I'm going to start to slide on this mat. Two to go. We're back. One more. One more, we are finished. 3, 2, 1. Last one, everybody. Done. Done, done, done. Take a couple seconds. Grab a drink. Relax. And then we stretch. And then we stretch. And then we eat. I have a nice lunch that's screaming my name. Oh. So a couple more seconds, and then we're gonna get the main focus here, the legs. Get a little bit of core as we go out. So, whenever you're ready, we're gonna come up to standing. Give you about 15 more seconds. That's a 1-5, not 5-0. So in this one, we're just gonna do a forward bend. So, legs right underneath your hips. Squeeze your core, you're gonna push your hips back and sink towards your legs. This is it, keep your legs relatively straight if you can, and then just let yourself hang. My legs, as you can probably see, are super tight today. Definitely going to stretch quite a bit later on. Still hanging out here for a few more seconds. Feel yourself getting a little bit further. You're going to bring your hands to the floor, and then you're just going to step back. Next one, we're going to do vertical stretch. So one leg back, one leg forward. You're going to drop the elbows. You're going to hang out here. Push that hip forward. Going minimum 30 seconds. Couple more seconds. Slowly unwind. Bring the other one back. Same idea. Keep that knee on the ground. Push that hip forward. It is muggy in here. Relax. We're going to get your glutes. So we're going to go into pigeon stretch. So try to get that leg as close to 90 degrees as you can. And then we just come up. I'm going to do a modified because I feel it more with my hip on the floor. Completely up to you. Once again, 30 seconds. And relax. Bring that other leg around. Same idea. I also like this way because I can actually get my leg closer to 90 degrees, which is where it's ultimately supposed to be. If you don't get there, then we got a little bit of work to do. Couple more seconds. Relax. We're going to get your ankles, so we're going to come up into kneeling. We're going to have one foot on the ground. Keep that arch set, keep that heel on the floor. You're going to drive that knee over top of your toes while keeping that heel on the floor. If it lifts, you're going too far and you're just compensating for your lack of range rather. Try to keep that knee tracking over the mid toe. If you want a little extra pressure, bring that elbow to the top and you can add a little bit more pressure forward. This is also a good one before you squat. Do any sort of lower body movement. Ankles are super important. So if they're messed up, your knee's going to be messed up, your hips going to be messed up. It's a big, big chain. Go ahead and step back. Step forward. Same thing. try to get good amount of torque, or pressure rather. Pushing forward. And relax. Cool. So next one, we're going to do a good lower body stretch that's going to encompass everything. So we're going to come up to the top. You're going to set your legs, and we're just going to sit at the bottom of the squat for 90 seconds. So here, pick your leg space. The closer they are, the harder it's going to be. Once again, keep those heels on the floor. So we're going to go down in 3, 2, 1, sink. Hanging out here, 90 seconds. If you can hang out there for more, you can go for 2, 5, 10 minutes. By all means, do so. If I'm really bored, I'll sit for 10. But for the sake of this, we're going to go 90. But you don't have to stop. When the timer stops, you can keep going on your own. We're coming up on 40 seconds. We are at 45, so we got 45 to go, halfway through. Goal here is to get in a nice comfortable position. If you're tight in the hips, ankles, quads, wherever, usually over that minute 30 or minute mark, around minute 30, you should feel that lighting up. We're just going to get a nice time in here. So where you can acknowledge what's tight, what needs to be stretched, and then tackle it on your own. A lot of this is stuff you got to do on your own time, whether it's right in the morning or right before bed or in the evening, watch TV. Take your mobility in your own hands. It's going to change a lot. 5 seconds. And relax. So there we go, everybody. Like I said, at the beginning, if you want to make it harder, go back, switch the timings a little bit. If you like the workout, go ahead and like it, share it. Use the hashtags in the description. And hopefully we see you guys in the gym soon as everything opens up. Other than that, that's it from me. Thank you guys for joining. See you guys in the next video.